Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki krishne swadhama upagate dharma jnanadibhi saha kalau nashtadrishamesha puranarko dhunoditah. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. So my sound is quite low. I should increase it. Yes. So this verse is from the 15th chapter, and 15th chapter is the description of the kingdom of God. So previously, we were in the 13th chapter, which was appearance of Lord Varaha. And that chapter was there. So in that, we discussed one of the verses about what is the, I think we read about Lord's, if we don't take Lord's name, it is of no use. One's efforts are useless labor. That's what we discussed last time. So in that chapter, there was inquiries by Vidura about Manu, and Manu asked Brahma different questions, and Brahma instructs Manu about how to go ahead with the progeny, and what should be the rules and the administrative quality of a king, and what rules should humans follow. So all those things were given by Brahma to Manu, which is there in Manu Samhita. Then Manu's reply was, he says, I abide and please retrieve the earth. So earth was that time under the water. So Varahadev came, and there is pastimes of Shweta Varaha is described, and then pastimes of Nila Varaha is described. So two different Varaha incarnations. And then there were prayers of the sages, and then the Lord returns and the Falashruti is there. And then the next chapter is about pregnancy of Diti in the evening. So in that chapter, there is a description of how the untimely pregnancy of Diti, because she asked Kashyap Muni to have union at an untimely time. So Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were conceived. So that is what the description is there. And in the 15th chapter is the description of kingdom of God. So from 1st to 11 is the description of demigods approaching Brahma and glorifying him, saying that you are beyond the influence of time. You know the intentions of all. You directly appeared from the Lord. You are the source of the Vedas. Please solve this problem. Then between 12 to 25th verse, there is a description of Vaikuntha given by Brahmaji. And this is one of those verses where Brahmaji is describing about Vaikuntha. So, like this verse talks about the glorification of Tulsi Maharani or Tulsi Devi. So let's recite this verse and discuss more about it. So this verse is Mandara Kunda Kurabot Pala Champakarna.
Mandara Kunda Kurabotpala Champakarna.
Pannaganaga Bakulambuja Parijataha.
Panna Punnaganaga Bakulambuja Parijata.
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्य
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
मन्दारकुन्दकुरोवत्फलचम्पकार्णा
मन्दारकुण्डकुरबोत्पलचम्पकार्णा
पुन्नागनागवकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
पुन्नागनागबकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
यस्मिन् तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
One more time. मन्दारकुन्दकुरवोत्फलचम्पकार्णा
मन्दारकुण्डकुरबोत्पलचम्पकार्णा
पुन्नागनागवकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
पुन्नागनागबकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति.
Thank you, Mataji. And please recite 3 times.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
मन्दारकुण्डकुरबोत्पलचम्पकार्णा
मन्दारकुन्दकुरवोत्फलचम्पकार्णा
पुन्नागनागबकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
पुन्नागनागवकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
यस्मिन् तपः सुमनसो
बहुमानयन्ति. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can try.
Please, ma'am.
Mandara Kunda Kuravotpala Champakarna
मन्दारकुण्डकुरबोत्पलचम्पकार्णा
Unnaganaga Parijata
पुन्नागनागबकुलाम्बुजपारिजाता
Gandherchite Tulasika Bharanena Tasya
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
Yasmimstapah Sumanaso Bahumanayanti
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. One more recitation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mandara-kunda-kuravat-pala-champakarna
मन्दारकुण्डकुरबोत्पलचम्पकार्णा
पुन्नागनागबकुलाम्बुजपारिजातः
पुन्नागनागबकुलाम्बुजपारिजाताः
गन्धीर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
गन्धेर्चिते तुलसिकाभरणेन तस्या
यस्मिंस्तपः सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति
यस्मिन् तपः
सुमनसो बहुमानयन्ति.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So this verse is about the different flowers which are there in the Vaikuntha planets. So different flowers are there. The first one is Mandara, and then is Kunda, and Kuraba is another flower, and then Utpala is another flower. Champaka is another flower. So there are some flowers which we can relate to, like Mandara is there, the hibiscus. Kunda, we have to see what flower it is. It is in the Vaikuntha planets. Kurava, and then Utpala, and then Champaka. Champaka flower, you know how it looks. It looks like there is a yellowish flower, or it has also white kind of thing. It has, so Champaka flower is there. Then Nagakeshara is also there. Punnaga is also there. Arna is also there. Bakula is also there. All those different names of the flowers, and ultimately the Parijata flower. So Parijata flower is also there in the heavenly, not in heavenly plants. Heavenly plants also there actually in Indra's place. He brought and kept it there, but it is also there in the Vaikuntha planets. So it is explaining these different flowers are there, but they are very beautiful. Why they are described here? Because they have beautiful petals, and even they are also very fragrant. So both the characteristics were there. So it is like when somebody, and they are there to please the devotees as well as please the Supreme Lord, Vishnuji, there to please them. So that's why it should have all those characteristics, beautiful characteristics. But now another thing about the spiritual world is everything is personified. Even the flowers are actually living, a person, a kind of person. So it says that Gandher Chite. Gandher Chite is, Gandha is fragrance and Archite is being worshipped. So their Gandha is so beautiful that they worship the Lord by that. But they still, Tulasika Bharanena Tasya. Tulasika is Tulasi, a plant, and with a garland, Abharana. Tasya, Yasmin Tapah. Yasmin Tapah is, whose Tapa is Tulasi's, who has done a lot of austerities to have that position. If you see Tulasi Maharani's pastime, she had done austerities to get the mercy of Supreme Lord, and also she got to marry Supreme Lord. Su Manaso Bahumanayanti. So this Bahumanayanti means even though these different flowers are there, they are so beautiful, they are so fragrant, and their beauty is much, if you see on a level of understanding, you will see their beauty is much better than the leaves of Tulasi or the manjari of Tulasi. They look more beautiful than that, but they appreciate in a very sumanoso, in a very good state of mind about, because the glorification of Tulsi Maharani, who is actually who has performed all the austerities. So the Bahumanayanti means they are glorifying Tulsi Maharani. Tulsi being given offer to the Lord, even though they are like in the garland, but even in that garland, if Tulasi is there, that is making it more glorified than the flowers themselves. Even though they are beautiful, they are glorifying the glories of the Tulsi Maharani. So having Tulasi there is actually why that is more important, because she is also a devotee of the Lord. She is a she is a devotee of Lord. She is also married to Lord. She had done tapasya to get the mercy of the Lord. So even among these flowers are also devotees, but they are glorifying more Tulasi because they understand that Tulasi is dear to the Lord than them. So they are glorifying. They don't have any kind of envy. Like, Vaikuntha is where there is no worries. No Kuntha means there is no, what you say, distress there. There is no distress there. And also there is no envy. They are not envious. They are thinking that, oh, beautiful devotee of the Lord, that is Tulsi Maharani is there. So let's respect her. She is the one who is the recipient of the mercy of the Lord. So that is the nature of the devotees also, that they don't have any envy for any other doing better service or getting special mercy of the Lord. They think that by getting their mercy, they would get also the mercy of the Lord. By getting the mercy of the devotee, they would also get the mercy. So here, the two things are being discussed here. So let's read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Although flowering plants like the Mandara, Kunda, Kurabaka, Utpala, Champaka, Arna, Punnaga, Nagakeshara, Bakula, Lily, and Parijata are full of transcendental fragrance, they are still conscious of the austerities performed by Tulasi. For Tulasi is given special preference by the Lord, who garlands himself with Tulsi leaves. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Prabhu.
So these all flowers are giving, they are still conscious. They are conscious of the austerities performed by Tulasi. Why? Because of the austerities which she performed, and she also is garlanded to the Lord. And Lord loves the association of Tulasi or being offered, means not only the association, but also when Tulasi is offered to the Lord, even in the form of garland, in the form of like when we offer prasad also, we give Tulasi because Tulasi is so dear to the Lord. And there are many pastimes about Tulsi Maharani also, how her thing is important. One of the pastime that I remember of is like there was a pastime in Dwarka where I think Satyabhama, who is one of the queens of Krishna, wanted to give equivalent amount of gold. Like there was a balance, so Krishna will sit on one side, and the other side would be like, oh, okay, let's go a little bit back. It is actually Narad Muni who wanted equivalent amount of gold. So he wanted some kind of like dan, or what you say for dan as actually is okay, let's keep it dan only. I'm not recollecting the word. So he wanted a dan, and Satyabhama, who is one of the queens of Krishna, told that, okay, what dan you need. So Narad Muni says that I need something which is very equivalent to Krishna, or something that kind of desire was there. So then what they did, they took the tulas, different tulas, and one side was Krishna, and the other side they started putting the gold or whatever ornaments or whatever was there on the other side. And always Krishna's thing was heavier, and this gold is, whatever you put, it never equalized. So then then there is no idea what to give, what to do. So then then what happened is that finally Tulsi leaf was been put there, and after then after the Tulsi leaf was put on the other side of the balance, Krishna's like thing went up, and that becomes heavy. That's how he appreciate Tulsi Maharani. And another pastime is about Govardhan pastime. Govardhan was asking for so much prasadam that there, whatever prasad they made for Indra, they in the Annakut festival, they all was given to Govardhan. Govardhan is actually Krishna manifested himself in another form as Govardhan, and then accepted all the offerings. But he was asking for anior, like asking for more and more and more. He's not getting satisfied. But then what to do? So then some the gopis, they provided the tulasi leaf, and when that is done, he became satisfied. So that's how merciful is Tulsi Maharani, and how Krishna is pleased when tulsi is offered to him. So let's read the purport here.
The importance of tulsi leaves is very clearly mentioned here. Tulsi plants and their leaves are very important in devotional service. Devotees are recommended to water the tulsi tree every day and collect the leaves to worship the Lord. One time, an atheistic Swami remarked, "What is the use of watering the tulsi plant? It is better to water eggplant. By watering the eggplant, one can get some fruits, but what is the use of watering the tulsi?" These foolish creatures, unacquainted with devotional service, sometimes play havoc with the education of people in general. Should I continue, Prabhu, or should I?
Please continue.
The most important thing about the spiritual world is that there is no envy among the devotees there. This is true even among the flowers, which are all conscious of the greatness of Tulasi. In the Vaikuntha world, entered by 4 Kumaras, even the birds and flowers are conscious of service to the Lord.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yeah. So this purport starts beautifully about again giving the importance of Tulasi, Tulasi leaves and Tulasi plant, and then Srila Prabhupada gives an example of a atheistic Swami about watering the eggplant. But watering the eggplant is good; it will give some fruits, but we have to do the service which pleases the Supreme Lord. Yeah, eggplant we can offer to the Lord, and Lord would take it. But what is more important, Tulasi, Lord takes it in any case, and He has given also the benediction to Tulsi Maharaj of doing that. So it is better to assess the foolish creatures unacquainted with devotional service sometimes. So that's why it should not be. There should not be a mental concoction about why to do it and why we should not do it. Actually, you could see the detailed lecture by Amarendra Prabhu. He has given series of lecture on the glories of Tulsi Maharani. So you can go and see that. He describes very scientifically as well as from evidence from Shastra that how she is very important. But we can see here Bhagavatam is saying, so there is a supreme authority saying about that. Even in Vaikuntha planets, those flowers are glorifying Tulsi Maharani. So what more evidence we need to do that? That is what a question arises in my mind. The most important thing about spiritual world is there is no envy. So that envy part, as we discussed also, there is no envy. So even though these flowers are very beautiful, they think that Tulsi, because she is getting the mercy of the Lord, she is more glorious. She has done a lot of austerities. So that's why it is true among the flowers, which are conscious of greatness of Tulasi. In the Vaikuntha world, entered by 4 Kumaras, even the birds and flowers are conscious of the service of the Lord. So in the previous verse, there is a description about the birds also. So they are also very conscious about the glorification of the Lord. So wherever they see devotees of the Lord, they glorify them profusely. So that is the beauty of the devotees in the spiritual world. They don't compete. They just want to do service of the Lord without any envy and appreciating everyone who is there. There is no envy if somebody is getting more attention of the Lord than anybody else. So that is the beauty of the spiritual world. And one who is in Krishna conscious minded also, and who is a true Vaishnava, his envy levels goes down and down, because envy is something which is present in all of us. But once get purified enough, then the level of envy also goes down. And one sees everyone in a very beautiful light and appreciate everyone, and then also want to serve everyone in that mood. So that is the Vaikuntha mentality. So in this verse, as we can say, is describing the glories of Tulsi Maharani and the glories of non-envious attitude of devotees. So I'll pause here and we can discuss if there are any questions, any comments, suggestions. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I was just appreciating the description of the devotees there and the qualities of the devotees, how just the service of the Lord is important, nothing else is important. Service of the devotees is important. I am just praying that by hearing this description, it purifies me a little bit, and I can experience a little bit of that just with that prayer. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. That is so amazing, actually. That mood of service to devotees with a non-envious attitude, that is something only comes when the heart is very much purified. But having that endeavor in the heart also to do that, Lord helps us achieve that thing. Oh, that is so nice, Mataji. Thank you. Yeah, please bless me also so that I have that attitude. Thank you. Any other reflections, questions, comments?
Hari Hari, pranams, Prabhu. Thank you to you all. I just want to seek the blessings to Josna Mataji. Please send some here too. I want that too.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I too need those blessings, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Josna Mataji, you are busy now to pass on the blessings to
Please pray
everybody.
for us, Mataji.
I pray that our all collective prayers are heard.
Sure, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Josna Mataji.
So the purified heart, and when we have that heart of doing that, it will be blessed by the Lord. And thank you, Josna Mataji and
Yeah.
others.
Actually, ab dekhna, Josna Mataji, you only just wished and voiced. Itna sara kuch aa raha hai aapke taraf. So what would be the power of it when we constantly just think, oh, only if only I wish I could. That itself is seeking so much of the blessings towards us. How beautiful is that? So you are already there, Josna Mataji. You are already heading that way.
Yeah.
The steps are there and we are following you. Yes, please continue.
Thank you. Thank you. So there should be a transcendental competition of that. So of non-enviousness and serving the devotees. So that is also who can do best. So that is the beauty of Vaikuntha consciousness. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So this verse actually glorifies Tulsi Maharani and also the non-envious attitude of the devotees.
Yeah. And the other thing is also right in this Kali Yuga, just the thought of it, the wish of it, like if only I could be like that. Just that wish and thought has so much of potency, as we have heard from Parikshit Maharaj, that conversation. So that itself can attract auspiciousness, just having those good thoughts and wishes. On the other hand, we are blessed that we don't, unless we actually do harm to others, there is not a big of karma that is attached to us. In that way, we are blessed.
Yeah,
So
we are blessed. Yeah.
Right? We can at least continue to wish and think, and it will manifest slowly.
Yeah, that is true. And even we are blessed that even if we think some harm and we don't do it, then we don't get the
Right, we are excused.
reactions. Unless it is an action, there will be no reaction. So that blessing is there. But what to talk about when you have good thoughts in your mind?
Right. And also
Then
do the
on
good
action.
deeds.
That is true.
True, Prabhu.
So amazing. Yeah.
It's nice. Kali Yuga also has some good advantages for us.
Yeah. So at least we should be given some advantages. Otherwise,
Right.
so difficult for us.
Yes,
God is merciful there, thinking, okay. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and became very merciful. Gave the Harinam to us.
Right.
Otherwise, what is the chance of we getting into that?
Yeah, no passing the exam without the grace marks. So grace mark category.
Definitely. You can think about some grace marks. I don't even think about marks. So big zero. So some marks are needed. So we need that special mercy. So thank you, Josna Mataji, for opening up this discussion, and we are very thankful about that. And we'll be cognizant of all the thoughts that we have, so that that nature, that non-envious nature, and when we read and we contemplate on that, is also reflected when we do our services and we pray to the Lord and to the devotees of the Lord, to the empowered devotees of the Lord, like Srila Prabhupada, to bless us with that opportunity. So with that, this wonderful discussion will take your blessings. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.